A lot of you guys are like, Rio, he's gonna take the L, he's gonna die, he's gonna like have all this stuff happen to him after he takes this loss, and I'm like, no, son. Like that, seeing this entire like kind of match going on right now throughout this entire Shokugeki, it's like, man, this man's a bitch. Like, he's like, the entirety of it is just like, no, let me show off my special ability, able to use high tech, like, going for this. I'm like, no, we ain't having this. My boy Rio, he's going to be taking some names and he's going to be slapping that bitch's ass all over the floor. So actually, this is going to be a very special treat to you guys, actually, for you Soma fans out there, because I'm going to say it straight out now for the chapter, is that there wasn't too much to really say about it, apart from that we was able to see, like, you know, Rio's opponent able to like show off exactly what he was going. Like, he's really experienced with like all the machines and stuff. Like, he was able to make some mean ass food and all that, and it's like, okay, it's just like, look, you guys watch and all that. It's like the entirety of this whole thing is like, yeah, he's always angry, cocky, and he's always got that fire inside of him, but what his specialty is like low temperature cooking, like with stuff. And he's like, it seemed like he pours like all his effort, like all his like anger and stuff like into his food, and he just pours it in. So like when he's actually legit getting serious, he's like going in the zone kind of stuff, like kind of some Kuroko stuff. To be fair, like, even though he managed to finish the disc, it wasn't too much apart from just Soma just hearing this stuff, like, from, like, Alice, and it's, like, explaining it, and he's just like, oh, that's neat, like that. He's like, yeah, that's neat, and it's like, yo, Rio, don't lose, my boy, don't. And honestly, that's like so much of the chapter I can really say. And you're thinking like, whoa, Ben, you're not going to end the video just there, are you? Like, it was a good chapter, not too much happened though, like, apart from the dish was being finished. And it looked mad as, you know, yum, so I'm not gonna lie. I was going, I could go for a bit of fish, you know, I could go for a little bit. However, I'm more interested in Rio, and I'm like, I'm just waiting for the curb stomp. I'm just literally waiting for his face to go on that pavement and just Rio curb stomping. So instead, I'm going to give you a little special treat today, including this video. Like, honestly, I'll give the review, like, I think it was a 6.5. Like, there really wasn't too much to talk about. I did like it, don't get me wrong. But I'm now going to be talking about the other part of this video, is that I was actually tagged recently by Charles' Anime World into doing a Shokugeki no Soma sort of tagging. Now, just to say off first, like, I don't know too many people that actually read Soma, or let alone watch it, so unfortunately, if you guys want to add yourself there, like, in the tag, then go right ahead, because I literally know one other guy that's, like, only seen, like the anime, and that's it, and it's like, I've been, like, trying to fucking, like, pound into his head to see it. But I'm going to read off the questions right now. If I get out my notebook, we'll just read them off right now, because there was quite a few questions, and like I said, you guys are welcome to join in at all with your like selections and stuff. If you want to actually do a video itself, you know, say like that's a great blah. I really don't know too many people that actually read Soma, so I'm sorry, because like Charles just like tagged everybody. Favorite anime male character. Now, even though we're now just gone into the fight itself, from what we saw, like, I actually have to say Rio is my favorite character in the entire series, and that is mainly just because I love that fiery, badass passion of him being like kind of the guard dog of Alice, and just the whole thing. I just love that kind of passion, like, put the headband on, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to fuck some heads up. And just like the entire match that he had with Soma, with him, with Akira, like, that was really hype, and that's kind of what's meant. And he, like, when he had that like Tadakora fight, that was actually really well done, and I loved that. Like, it was really good, and I was like, holy shit, this is some sick ass stuff. And I like that third minute is like just like one thing that just did it for me, when it was like, okay, this guy's my favorite, is when Alice just told him to lose, and then he's saying like, how many, like, I've beaten you more times than like yourself, so like, I've got this. Walks out with the knives. I was like, it's done. It's done. That was my character right there. Favorite anime character that's female in Soma. Now, I may be taking a lot from this, but it's like, I have to actually go with Alice. Like, although I was Nikumi for a while, and I would say Rindo, because I do like Rindo a lot, but unfortunately there's not too much we know about Rindo, apart from she's babe and she's adorable, like with a little cat personality. Like, once we know a little bit more about Rindo, then I probably would put her on this list, but unfortunately there's not too much about her so far, so I'm gonna have to go with Alice, because I love the Nakiri bloodline, man. Like, Nakiri, like, you may have the Aryan God tongue going on to there, but even though it might just sound like I'm a bit of a fan type, but like Rio and Alice, like, so good. It's like, honestly, just the whole thing of like her, like, just her trollish kind of demeanor when she kind of did that, and the pouting is adorable. And just even to the fact, like, she did get Soma a run for his money in that turn. Like, I absolutely loved that. It was like, that was one of the first matches that they had, and it was like, okay. And you know, even when she got kind of introduced as well to Rio, she was like, she's no slouch. She's absolutely no slouch whatsoever. She's able to go in and actually bring in, you know, the fucking baby. She's able to do it. I mean, there's like a reason why she's one of the potentials up there to be, you know, in the Elite 10. Like, she isn't no like laughingstock, although she just happens to go against some of the most powerful people in the series when it comes to mad cooking skills. Like, you go against like Ryo like every single day, and then not to mention as well, you go against Soma all the time as well. It's like, fuck me, like, bitch has got competition. It's like, I really want to see what, like, you know, as she can do. Like, I'm hoping she's going to do something more in the manga, so I'm kind of expecting that. Favorite Shokugeki? I'm actually going to go with the Tadakoro versus Ryo fight on this one. Yeah, I know, there's a little theme going to this so far. The main reason that this is my favorite, like, out of them all, because I love the fucking Azan versus, like, Soma. Like, that right there is my shit. However, how you was able to turn me on Tadakoro, like, this is the little thing, I don't like the character too much. To me, like, when you kind of go with those kind of, like, wannabe kind of Hinata characters, like, the kind of shy stuff, like, I normally don't like that kind of stuff, like, although I love Hinata, like, that Hinata's my favorite character, and, like a female character like Naruto nearly, like, well, compared to some of them, but it's, like, out of, like, all the females, it's, like, that's where it's, like, you're able to turn that character. You're going to have a fiery fight with, like, Ryo, alright? And, you know, we're thinking all from the start, okay, she's just going to get absolutely curb stomped from, like, the start. How she was actually able to give that the money, like, for him, and it was, like, that was actually very well done fight. That was actually really well done, and I was like, okay, and also as well, it had fucking JoJo stands, like I not said, like, it had JoJo stands as their food. Overall, that's probably my favorite out, like I'd say, out of the fight. Favorite mystery, probably would be the whole thing between Soma's father and also as well the Nikiri blood. Like, I really want to know what exactly went down between those guys. Like, what exactly is going, like, with that whole kind of relation. I can't really say too much about it, apart from, like, there's some bad blood and some weird bloods and some weird fascination with it, like, going into that stuff, and until I don't think he's gonna announce it. Like, I don't think, like, we're gonna have it from Azami anytime soon, so I feel like, you know, the father is probably gonna be the one to outspeak with that one. Favorite arc? I'd say the central arc so far is my favorite, because so much, if we're counting everything before the Moon Festival, like when he went against Kua, I believe his name was, the guy that specialized in Chinese, like, cooking, like, after that part, I loved it. Like, kind of like, if you, like, the time skips that, like, where they had kind of, like, where he trained, like, the Star Gliss, or whatever it was called, like, when he came back all badass, but, like, during the whole central stuff when Azumi, like, put his plan in motion, he took over, like, all the elites were, like, rebelling and stuff, like, I love that stuff right there, and then as well, just Azan versus, like, fucking Soma, that was so badass. It was so badass. Like, favorite cooking style in Soma. Now, here's the thing with this one, and it's one that was actually revealed recently, because this one hits a little bit close to home, and people could go, what the fuck with my one? But it's actually been Momo with, like, her entire, like, dessert, like, patisserie, like, kind of line, like, special, like, because if people don't know, like, I've maybe said it a couple of times before when I've done the manga chapters, is that I've actually, like, I did my college years, like, that was the first thing I did in college, which was I took, like, cooking, or as it known over here, hospitality, where you take a cooking course, not to mention as well, you learn how to waiter, you learn how to wine and dine, like, you learn how to, like, basically show, like, be a bartender, like, it was a lot of mixing together, and that's what hospitality is over there. Now here's the thing, I did 2 years of it, like, I got my degree into it, and the one thing that I specialized in the 1 year, because after the first year, then you go into next level and you choose what you want to focus on. Do you want to focus, like, kind of like on the waitering kind of side of things, like kind of hotel management kind of thing, like, do you want to work on the, like, kind of, like, you want to be like the reception area, like, it was all mixed thing. And the one I specialized in was desserts. Like, I focus on, like, patisseries, like cakes like that, because I've always had a bit of a sweet tooth. I mean, look at my body, like, look at it, no shock there. But I've always been more fascinated, like, it sounds really pompous, I know, but there's legit an art to, like, making, like, kind of, like, sweets and kind of patisserie, like, and you guys have seen that before. If you've seen some and you've seen how pretty some of that shit looks, then you know from there, like, just the whole crafting of it, and just, like, the entire, how it can just start from flour to sugar, like, and then you just make this thing. I fucking love that. Like, I love, like, making something in your hand, like, your creation like that. That's what I like. Instead of like most of the time when you come to it, unless you're getting a mixer into it, like with all that stuff, like with, like, and you gotta kind of fry it and just, like, check that. I love that it's just made from your own hands, and you just, like, something like that, and just make it as delicate as possible. And, you know, I used to make a man fucking badass strawberry cheesecake back in the day, strawberry white chocolate like that, and a fucking badass fucking souffle. Manga or merchandise or Soma? I don't have any physical of Soma, which I think you're like, oh, whoa, you know, I legally watch it. No. Like, hear me out on this. On there, like, I have 5 volumes of it digitally on the Shonen Jump site. I also have the Shonen Jump description, so I can read it every week from it. And also, as well, Crunchyroll, I have to watch Soma the anime and season 2 when that comes out. Funniest moment in the series, honestly, it has to be like kind of like the start of the Central arc when like Erina found out about like who Soma's dad was, and just her face is just like, oh fuck me. Like, this entire time she's been trying to get Soma expelled, like fucking like get caught cheating, like all this dirty shit to get him fucking kicked out and treat him like scum, and then it's like the person she respects the most is his fucking father. I'm like, oh my god, what a fail, like that. It's just, she's just there like, oh my fucking god, like what the fuck have I been doing, like that. I nearly took out my fucking idol son out of the like fucking place, and it's like I've been treated like a dirtbag, and it's like that right there, just like the whole reaction and just how Soma just said it so casually, and it's just like, oh fuck me, like just that, and just being shown the picture as well. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what you fucking get, Erina, for that. Just like, oh fuck me, just hang up the fucking cap, it's done. Which character do you hate the most? Like Aizen, just like Aizen is just like, that's right there. Just, like Aizen is a scumbag. Just cheating, fucking hate him. Like, I think everyone could agree with that one. Like, there's some twats in the series, but like definitely what he did, try to cheat and stuff like that, try to buy people out, like some dirty, greasy. Like, I want him to go serious, like get his actual serious instead of like just fucking fucking around. But it's like, no, fuck you. You try to get Soma out of the match. You try to take the fucking Polar Star Dome out. That was some dirty shit. I ain't having. And the final question is, what got you into the exact thing right up here? What or who got you into the greatness of Soma? Right there. Actually, when it was about like 30 chapters in of the manga, when it first kind of came out, like on its first year run, I did see it, and truth be told, I didn't actually dig it that much at the start. Like, I wasn't too sure on it. I was like, this is something. This was when I was actually still like during that college time. I think I was on my last year of college before I kind of did 2 more years in a different college. Like, when I did that, I was like, I'm not too sure on the manga. I'm not too sure. I'm not digging it. And I put it down like for a long while, and then I heard an anime was coming out, and I was like, okay, you know, I can do this. And I think I did read a bit more of the manga beforehand. I think I actually even got to the 40 chapter. I remember I got to like the school trip, like where they had to like go to that hotel area and they had to make mad ass meals to everyone. Like, I think that was like the first few episodes, and like so I had to do all the omelets and stuff like that. That's kind of where I got in the manga, and then I watched the first couple of episodes of the anime. I reviewed it, and I was like, you know what? I'm probably gonna just go let this sit down and just wait for the entire series. And then I remember like one of my friends like saying like, you gotta watch Soma, and then it was actually really fun. We were like watching about like, I'd like to say we watched 5 or 6 episodes a night or something like that. Like, we were just chilling, like me and James were just chilling, and we were just like, you know what, like he was just saying, you know what, you need to watch fucking Soma, and I'm like, I'll get to it, and then he's like, no, you're watching fucking Soma, like that. So I guess technically he got me into like watching the anime, and then finally, like after seeing the hype shit through the anime, I was like, okay, straight up, I'm gonna just read the manga. And then I heard the hype shit in the manga, and I was like, no, definitely gonna read it. And I think it took me like 2 or 3 days to catch up to the manga. Like, I think I was reading something else at the same time. I can't put my finger on it, but yeah, like, I guess that's the true answer, is that I saw it first, kind of like before it like really came a thing, really, like the first 30 odd chapters of it. So I feel kind of old that I'm like, I saw it, like it's been like 2 years since I've actually kind of technically started reading it like that. But even so, it's like, yeah, it's kind of shocking to see that I wasn't really digging the series at first, and then I kind of came to, like, I really enjoy this. This is, like, up there. Like, it's one of the series I always had a little blast with. And that's really it for the tags. Honestly, I had a lot of blast, like, just doing this. This was absolute fun, just doing this thing. So thank you, Charles, for actually really doing that for me. I really did appreciate the tag. And it's been a while since I've done a tag. I had a lot of fun with this one, actually. I really wasn't expecting it, and I felt like it's a nice bonus for especially this video, because I couldn't talk too much about the manga chapter, and I was like, this is a great addition. So thank you, Charles, for actually like doing this video, like and actually tagging me into it. I had a lot of fun with it. Like, that's all from me though, so thank you so much for watching as always, and you want to see a little bit more of me, then you hit the like and subscribe button. That really does help with the channel, and I'll catch you guys though next time.